Speak about how that makes you feel, about how you've just taken the world by storm.
Yeah, I really feel like I'm still kind of in a dream in a real world. I mean, it's kind of crazy, obviously. Those are the players I kind of grew up watching. Obviously, Steph Curry's kind of changed the game, and he's a player I grew up loving. I still love. I watch him all the time. So it's kind of crazy seeing all those NBA players, WNBA players tweet about you, talk.
If you believed Stephen Curry was simply going to stay silent while the WNBA continued handling Caitlin Clark like she was the league's designated punching bag, you might want to reconsider. This isn't the calm, easygoing three-point specialist people are used to seeing. Not at all. This is a player who has reached his limit, metaphorically flinging his mouthguard aside and launching sharp, long-range verbal shots aimed directly at the league's headquarters.
I'm sick of watching Caitlin getting attacked. If the league doesn't step up and protect her, things are going to get ugly real fast.
At this stage, Caitlin Clark has been singled out so frequently that she might, as well, wear a target on her uniform. She packs arenas to capacity, boosts television viewership, and pulls the WNBA squarely into mainstream sports conversations. And what does she receive in return? Repeated forearm shots to the midsection, pushes from behind, and a rulebook that seems to disappear whenever she's the one getting hit. Meanwhile, the league's response is nothing but silence, absolute quiet, as if pretending it isn't happening will somehow make the issue vanish. But it's not disappearing anytime soon.
Here, she's having those injuries because they're slamming her ass into the court every time she runs down there. I mean, she's getting really rough fouled a lot. You're going to get a lot of injuries if you're getting slammed.
With support coming from Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and what feels like the entire NBA super team uniting, this situation is about to erupt louder than one of Curry's signature scoring explosions. Let's take it back for a moment. Curry has backed Caitlin Clark from the very start. From the time she was pulling up from the logo at University of Iowa and burying deep threes, Curry was watching with approval, almost as if to say, "That's exactly the kind of fearless style I respect."
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away. And she's fearless. No shot is a bad shot, and when you can shoot it as well as she can.
Stephen Curry has consistently applauded her shooting mechanics, her awareness on the floor, and the way she makes defenders look like extras in her highlight clips. However, recently his tone has evolved from simply saying, "She's incredible," to more of a firm, "All right, this has gone too far." And by this, he's referring to the WNBA seemingly allowing Caitlin Clark to be knocked around repeatedly, as if she's a piñata getting swung at during a child's birthday celebration.
You can get poked in the eye, but this was not an accident. These are people going after her, sticking their fingers in her eyes, shoving her to the ground, blindsiding her, knocking her down. And clearly, these are players jealous of Clark's success.
Stephen Curry's stance is straightforward. Safeguard Caitlin Clark or be prepared to face the fallout. And by fallout, we're talking about a public relations storm intense enough to unsettle sponsors, attract relentless media scrutiny, and force the WNBA into rushing out carefully crafted, "We fully support our athletes" statements. It's not only Curry speaking up either. Multiple NBA players have publicly backed Clark, and they've made it clear they're far from pleased with how the league has been handling its most prominent star.
In your guys' opinion, do you feel like Caitlin Clark gets kind of targeted at some of these games, or it's just basketball?
Yeah, so she get targeted, just like Jordan got targeted.
It's a privilege. You're the best player.
The Jordan rules.
Tyrese Halliburton is calling Caitlin Clark one of the top 5 most famous basketball players right now. Speaking as someone who actually spends time with her, he knows the pressure she's under and even admitted she's a close friend. Cute, yes, but it also makes the WNBA look bad. If her own friends are publicly worried about how she's treated, maybe it's time to rethink that just let them play approach.
We're friends, and I think that that's a cool part. If she wants to talk basketball, we'll talk basketball. If not, I'm totally fine with that as well. But I think we've grown a pretty cool friendship alongside Connor. And it's been really cool to see her growth this last year.
And then there's LeBron James. Yes, that LeBron, who added his perspective, commending Caitlin Clark for elevating viewership for women's basketball and even connecting her presence to tangible league improvements, like the WNBA finally introducing charter flights. Consider that for a moment. A rookie steps onto the court, and suddenly the entire league is traveling in upgraded style. That, my friends, is what you call an immediate, game-changing impact.
The one thing that I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. I saw for the first time that they had a chartered plane for the first time in their league history. You know, they flew private. That should be celebrated in his own right.
Paul George acknowledged Clark's talent, but he also pointed out that there's some veteran frustration simmering beneath the surface. And honestly, he's not wrong. Certain WNBA veterans seem irritated that Caitlin Clark is receiving benefits they never had. But here's the kicker. She's accomplishing feats they never managed, selling out arenas, breaking ratings records, and making casual fans actually pay attention to the league. If that sparks envy, maybe the blame should fall on the league's own management rather than on her.
These girls have been grinding to grow the game of basketball in the WNBA. They've been grinding to grow the sport to the world, the viewerships. They've been grinding for all of this. And then you have this girl that comes along from college and is an instant change. She's handed pretty much being the face of the league. There's going to be girls that are offended by that. And there's going to be girls that think she's got to earn it and she doesn't deserve.
These aren't mere casual compliments. They're emphatic endorsements coming straight from some of the most influential figures in men's basketball. And the message is nearly identical across the board. The WNBA is mishandling Caitlin Clark. What makes this surge of support so remarkable is just how rarely NBA stars step into WNBA matters. Historically, the two leagues have existed in mostly separate spheres, with the men's league offering only polite acknowledgement from afar. Yet Clark's circumstances have shattered those traditional boundaries.
It's a privilege, though. It's a privilege to be in a position where others are hating on you. And when others are hating on you, that means you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And then there's Luka Doncic. Yes, Luka himself, who openly declared Clark as his favorite female player. The same Luka, who racks up triple-doubles almost effortlessly, is publicly admitting he watches Caitlin Clark highlights. That goes beyond simple respect. That's genuine admiration.
Yeah. Who's your favorite women's basketball player?
Caitlin Clark.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Paige Buchers?
Well, she's okay. I didn't see her playing in the women's NBA.
When Luka Doncic names Caitlin Clark as his favorite female player, or when Trae Young throws down a challenge for a three-point contest, they're doing more than just applauding her skills. They're sending a clear signal to the WNBA veterans attempting to push her out of the spotlight. We see what you're up to, and it's downright pathetic.
It's a woman, Steph Curry. Thank you. She can shoot it better than me.
The irony here is heavier than one of Charles Barkley's punchlines. For years, WNBA players have demanded more recognition, higher salaries, and charter flights. Then comes Caitlin Clark, achieving all that and more purely through her star power. Yet instead of earning appreciation, she faces forearm shoves and silence from the league office. Paul George hit the nail on the head, noting the veteran resentment. Those who spent years trying to grow the game can't bear that a rookie accomplished in mere months what they couldn't achieve over decades.
You can get poked in the eye, but this was not an accident. These are people going after her, sticking their fingers in her eyes, shoving her to the ground, blindsiding her, knocking her down. And clearly, these are players jealous of Clark's success and fame, and they have been playing dirty since the minute she joined the league.
The broader picture here can't be overlooked. NBA stars are stepping up in support of Caitlin Clark far more swiftly than the WNBA itself is willing to protect her. That's remarkable. When your league's reputation is effectively being salvaged by athletes from a completely separate league, you've got a serious branding issue on your hands.
Look, to this day, I don't understand why people hate the best thing that ever happened to the WNBA. I said it, man. Caitlin Clark is the best thing to ever happen to the WNBA. All right, it's as simple as that, man. And it's like, I get it, you can not like her game, but to not like her as a person, I don't know what she has done at all to piss people off, to say, I don't like her as a person, to call her white bread, to call her all these other.
Steph Curry's message is simple. Protect Caitlin Clark or face the consequences. The WNBA has failed to safeguard its biggest star, letting her get shoved, elbowed, and ignored by officials, while NBA icons like Curry, LeBron, and others step in to defend her. Clark's talent has drawn unprecedented attention and credibility to the league, and now the NBA's top players are calling out the WNBA for failing to protect her. It's clear. Fix the officiating, stop the cheap shots, and let Clark and the league shine.